How to start a small online business here in the UK. So with the new year just around the corner, you may be thinking of different business ventures that you want to start, whether it's an online business, a small business, a side hustle. Those are all things that I have shared in my past videos, from my best UK side hustles to start, best UK small businesses, and best UK online businesses. So if you've watched those and now you really want to actually start a business, I'm going to be sharing my top tips on how to get started in this video. So the first thing you want to do is have a plan of action. And this is something that you want to do with any area of your life, whether you want to lose weight, whether you want to gain more income. You always need a plan of action, and starting a business is even more essential for you to have a plan of action. I actually started my business by simply taking everything that was in my brain, all of my ideas, and putting it into a journal. And I still have that journal to this day. So I'm gonna put in a clip here just to show you guys my original journal when I was thinking of UK Curly Girl and Oh So Curly. And within that journal, I basically wrote what I thought the name would be, what the logo could maybe be, what products I might sell, and any kind of ideas on what the website, what kind of content I would share. Everything went down on a piece of paper. And I just think that's like one of the most original and greatest ways for you to just really get out of your head and begin taking action. Now, within your plan, finances play a huge and very important part of starting a business. So I want to make sure that you don't make the mistakes that I made in the past with my business by not actually making a profit and just not really recording what I'm doing. From day one, I really want you to treat your business as you mean to go on. Ways that you can do that is by recording everything you're spending and all your incomings from day one. I like to use a spreadsheet for my personal finances and my business finances that I manage myself on a monthly basis. I am going to leave a link down below for you guys to download it, because I know a few of you wanted to actually see a copy of it, so I will leave that down below and that will be free for you guys to use. But this is basically how I record all of my business expenses and all the incomings, and I can really see what I'm spending and how much is coming into the business month by month. You then also want to open a business bank account so you can keep those finances separate from your personal spending, because that is when things can get really complicated, and when it comes to the point where you will have to do a tax return, you will get a bit confused. So I recommend separating your finances, getting a business bank account, and also making sure that you register your business as a sole trader, a limited company, or as a partnership. It depends on your type of business. But if you are ready to open a limited company, Awesome do have a special offer for just £12 where they can set up your LTD for you, along with opening a business bank account. So you get the best of both worlds, all in a package for just £12. So again, that is down below too. So if you want more details on how to make things official when it comes to trademarking and registering your business online, I recommend you check out my video, how to make things official, and that will just cover everything that you guys may be thinking. Research. Now, you don't want to get into any kind of business without doing your market research. You don't have to be too experienced within researching to do this. You can simply do a Google search on Instagram for your type of business, your business name that you've come up with, just to see that no one else has taken it. You can see what your competition is like and how you can fit in within that market. You can also use websites like SimilarWeb to kind of compare your competitors and see where their website traffic comes from. And all of these things are going to make it way easier for you to figure out what's going to work, whether your niche is profitable and something that you should go into, and how you can stand out and make yourself different, which I recommend, because I really don't like when people start businesses and they just simply copy, and they're quite messy and sloppy without doing their research to find out that someone's actually doing the same thing with the same name. So just make sure you do your research in the beginning. Along with online research, in the beginning of my business, I also did surveys and focus groups, and these are just great to get a real personal influence over what to do next with your business and what kind of business to start. And doing this, you can use websites like SurveyMonkey, which is free, and you can just simply send out surveys to friends, family, or if you actually have access to people that are in your target audience, you can send them that directly too. And focus groups, I actually hired out a local library's conference room, and I invited about 5 women down that were like my target audience. I found them through Instagram, and I asked them to come in person and see a prototype of the product that I was going to launch, and I just asked for their opinion, their honest opinion on it, and I recorded their audio. So I let them know, of course, that they were going to be recorded. I then used that research to further develop my business and any products that I create. Branding. So branding, I do have also a video on that covers how to actually start and get your branding up to par. But this is where you're going to come up with your name, your logo, your brand colors, how your website's going to look, what your products are going to look like. And this is super important because, again, you want to start how you mean to go on. So if you get this right in the beginning, it saves you having to change a lot during your business journey. Of course, you're going to evolve over time. We've changed our logo twice so far within my business journey, but in the beginning I didn't even use a graphic designer for my logo. I used a free app on my iPad, I think it was called Word Swag or something like that, to create the Oh So Curly logo. And then a few years later I got the logo redeveloped by a graphic designer to have like a proper logo, which is easier to like send out to if you are using a new graphic designer. They often ask for a certain file type, whereas the Word Swag PNG PDF image that I had was not going to work for certain designs that they need to do. I do recommend in the beginning, guys, just saving money and doing what you can do. So for example, now we have Canva, and you can create a logo in Canva from the different templates or from scratch. But then obviously as you evolve and when you can, invest in a graphic designer to actually make an official logo for you. Build a tribe. Now this is one that is pretty much slept on when it comes to starting a business. I have spoken to new business owners and they often struggle with this, but I think it's the best way for you to actually create a business and start a business from day one. With Oh So Curly, I decided to actually create the Instagram page before I even knew what products I was going to launch in the future. I just created the Instagram page, found that the Oh So Curly username wasn't used, so I took that username, created our Instagram, and I just started to post inspo images of girls with curly hair, and that grew like an audience of who I wanted my customers to be. Women with curly hair that were interested in curls. And I posted on a regular basis, giving value, giving hair tips, and that is how I built a social media following. I also recommend that you build an email list, because when you do decide to launch your business, you can simply send them a link directly to your website. You don't have to kind of transfer them from social media to then go to your website. People check their email on a regular basis. They might not always be on social media, so it's always great to get your customers and your audience email. And the last way, if you are thinking of starting a business that is like an in-person business, for example, not too long ago I went to a kids Halloween party which was in like the local area. We found out about that party because a flyer came through the door. If you have a more physical business, an in-person business, don't feel like you can't give out flyers and business cards. They still work to this day, and I do recommend that if you are putting on any kind of events or in-person businesses, or you have a physical store that you want people to come to. Website. Now, you know I am going to recommend my favorite, Shopify, of course, and at the moment they do have a deal, guys, that I want you guys to take advantage of. After your free trial with Shopify, it is now just $1 for the first 3 months which is unheard of. I've never seen that offer, so definitely take advantage of it while it's here. But with Shopify, you can create a very professional looking website, really easy to use, very basic. I love the back end and the different apps that you can add to Shopify to gain more sales. Of course, I have a whole Shopify playlist, so you can check that down below in the description box. But your website, you want to make sure that it is very nice and clean. It's straight to the point, it's appealing. You can see real people using your products on there. Everything is on a white, clean backdrop. Please, if you are an e-com business, I really recommend having a white backdrop for your business. And if Shopify isn't a provider that you want to go with just yet, I do recommend websites like Big Cartel, which they did when I first started allow you to create a website for free, but they are very limited with what you can do with the free version. It is an option for you to start with, and then when you evolve, you can always upgrade to Shopify or to Squarespace. But of course, I've tried all of them and I really do prefer Shopify, so you know, give it a try. But that just shows you how easy and quick it is for you to actually get a website up and running nowadays. You don't have to always hire someone to do it for you. Marketing. Now this is my favorite part of starting a business. I just love being creative and figuring out ways for you to actually get the customers to come to you and people to come and to buy from you. Of course, I'm going to mention social media marketing because free sites like YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, these are free platforms for you to convert followers into customers. So you're gaining customers for free. The only thing you're spending is time creating the content, posting the content, engaging, but it's worth it because it is free. Of course, you have paid marketing too, so you can invest in paid ads, you can boost posts on social media, you can do Google ads, totally up to you and your individual business and what your goals are. At first, I always recommend that you put together a launch plan. So you may want to launch a business within the next few months. So put together a plan. What am I going to do every single month? Am I going to go live? Am I going to post every single day, every other day? Am I going to create a YouTube video? Am I going to do giveaways? Am I going to use influencers? These are all things, again, you want to plan out, whether it's on a piece of paper or on a spreadsheet. You just want to make sure you note down every single thing you're going to do to launch your business. Logistics. Now, this may not be the most exciting part, but it definitely is the most important part, because when those orders come in, what are you going to do to actually get them to your customer? And that is where shipping comes in, that is where packaging comes in, and your software on the back end for actually sending emails and sending labels. When it comes to people shopping with you, you want to make sure that whatever platform you use, whether it's Shopify or Etsy or Amazon, usually you'll have the option to choose what kind of payment processes you use. So you may want to open a PayPal account, and you may want to optimize for Apple Pay, Amazon Pay as well they have, and of course like debit, credit card. But a lot of people do prefer to use PayPal, or they may even want to spread the payments with Klarna or ClearPay. So that is something that you may want to consider when you are planning out your logistics side of the business. When it comes to shipping, of course, it depends what country you're in and who you are targeting. Are you going to send to the EU? If you do, I'm gonna pray for you, because it's very difficult nowadays for you to be sending to the EU. But I mean, just do your research. I know I still am trying to figure things out when it comes to the EU side of things, sending from the UK. But luckily you can still send to like the USA and Canada, just simply by doing a customs form, which your shipping provider will provide you with. And also I would recommend you sign up for an EORI number, which will just help you within the customs process. These are things that can be made easier for you within Shopify, and also programs and apps like SendCloud. Now, along with the shipping and actually the packaging and sending, you do want to make sure that you are planning ahead for customer service. We'll get messages from people chasing, trying to track their packages. They may want to ask for a return or any kind of questions, and that is where customer service comes in. And I recommend that you actually sign up for a business email address so that you can leave that on the website to reassure customers. If they do have any questions, they can reach out to you and you will get back to them in a timely manner. You can also manage like queries via DM, but email is always a really good and better professional way to do it. Rinse and repeat. Now, this is the last point I want to mention to you guys about starting a business. You have to find ways to stay motivated, because guys, you will fail. You will fail multiple times when starting a business, especially when you're starting from scratch and this isn't something you've ever done before. Expect to fail, but take those failures as lessons, because every time you have a setback or a failure, you get back even stronger because you know what not to do moving forward. Things that have helped me during those low moments and those low times is just keeping on top of my personal development. So I'm always reading books, listening to podcasts, watching inspirational speeches and videos, and this just keeps me going and reminds me that I'm not the only person going through these setbacks, and loads of people have gone through them, and at the end of their journey is the success. So just know that if you keep going, you will get there. Have faith. If you are a believer, if you believe in God like I do, just know that God's going to bring you through. And any idea that you have had, for example, this business idea, it didn't come from anywhere, it came from Him. So it's already done. You just have to pray it into existence, bring it into existence, put in the work and never give up. So guys, have faith. That's what I want to leave you guys with. Please let me know down below what business you are thinking of starting. I would love to see what you guys are doing. If you even have a website, feel free to share it down below too. Subscribe to my channel for more and I will catch you in the next video. Bye guys.